Well, hello everyone. I was convinced that I had to come on here today, right now, while I am still awake, to give my reaction and recap what I was just so honored and lucky to witness today at the TD Garden. Game 7, Celtics versus Bucks. Win or go home. And before I even get started with that, if you're keeping score, this towel, no, didn't work. This towel also did not work, okay? 0-2 for rally towel games. But this towel, oh yeah, baby, the energy shifted and we won 109-81. That's the count it 1, 2, 3, third game that the Celtics have held the Bucks in this series to under 100 points. Just wild numbers. I'm going to talk about more wild numbers, more wild chaos, the phenomenon of what it was at the TD Garden today. Just banana land. I was like, it was kind of like an outer body experience. Like I was even like shocked to be there. Just like, it was just out of control. Just the vibes. I could feel like the people screaming in my chest. Like it was like the sound was vibrating in my chest. I've been to a lot of games. That's not like a weird flex. Like I've been to a lot of games, just speaking facts. And this was top 5. It was just, the energy was so on another level, just so unmatched. I just, all right, let's just get into it because I don't even have any more words. Like it was just, there are no words. You just have to be there to understand. If you know, you know. So Giannis almost had a triple-double in the first half. He was 3 assists shy. However, he never ended up getting the triple-double. He ended the game 25, 20, and 9. No numbers to scoff at. That's a great stat line. He was averaging like 35 this whole series, as he needed to, because he was basically the entire team. I'll get back into the numbers of what everyone ended up with a little bit later. So so I'm going to recap how I felt. First half of the game, I was not happy, not satisfied. We were only down 6 at one point, and I was like, we should be down by 26 because we were playing pretty bad. Honestly, shots weren't falling. Just, we were letting the Bucks get too many second chance points, and that was really killing us. However, they turned it around and made the adjustments in the second half. The Celtics did not hate the third quarter today, which was a miracle. That was actually the breakout quarter where they really pulled away from the Bucks and set that real, divider in the game where the largest lead was 28 and it was just too much for the Bucks to come back from. The largest lead for the Bucks to have in the game was only 10 points. So, like I said, they ended the game 109-81. Grant Williams. Everyone give us a moment to give Grant Williams his flowers, please. Let's just be clear. He went from being called Ofer to now being called Steph Curry. So I'm now calling him Grant Batman Curry Williams because he wanted to be called Batman, and now I think he has earned the right to have the nickname Batman. It was a stellar performance. He had 7 threes. He was just on fire. He had 27 points. He was the leading scorer of the game, and there was just so many different interviews and stuff. Tatum was like, we needed him to do that, but I told him to not get comfortable doing that and to not expect him to do that going forward. But they needed it from him today. And he had the most, he shot the most, he had the most attempts. He had 18 3 attempts, and he made 7 of them. Like I said, he was the leading scorer with 27. Just crazy, really happy for him, very proud of him. Like I said, going from the nickname Ofer to now Batman Curry Williams. is just super impressive. Tatum ended with 23, Brown 19, Smart 11, and then PP off the bench with 14. Now, I forgot to even say this. We got that Woj bomb, right? That Rob Will was actually available and active and ready to go for this game. However, they did not need him, which is great news because the more rest for Rob, the better. If we were struggling super hard and we needed Rob, absolutely. There was a time where I thought we were going to get into a little bit of foul trouble issues. And obviously at that point we would throw Rob in because we needed him. But he did not touch the floor. But just the idea that he was available just lifted my soul and my spirit and gave me really good vibes because not that I was like worried, but it's Giannis and it's the defending champs. So yeah, they're not a team to take lightly. I've said this from day one. My prediction came true. I said Celtics in 6, maybe 7. And I gave credit to Giannis by saying it could go 7 because I thought it was going to be a dogfight. I thought it was going to be a tough battle, and it was. And, hats off to the Bucks and the Bucks fans. I'm not going to talk about refs. I'm not going to talk about any excuses for either side. Like, everyone was dealing with something. Nobody was full strength. Nobody, was favored at their home court. No one was really, getting benefited by any refs, really. So I'm just not going to go there. I know that someone's going to take a word of that and flip it and say, how dare you say this? Listen, I'm sorry. Your team's now going to Cancun. If you don't like it, turn off the channel. I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying to be as respectful and nice to all the nice Bucks fans that I can. But you took the L. Just zip the lip, move on, do better for next year. That's it. Moving on. So Giannis, like I said, 25, 20, and 9. Never got that triple-double. Lopez, 15. Holiday at 21. Now, someone was telling me the sweet spot to keep Holiday under was the number 25. So if he was scoring 25 or more, we could have been in real serious trouble. But he only scored 21. Portis off the bench had 10. Now, here's where your real issue was. Wes Matthews only had 3 points as a starter. That's not great. Grayson Allen only had 1 point. He's supposed to be your 3-point shooter. He's supposed to be your Giannis's right-hand man besides Holiday because of the lack of Middleton. And hello, did he show up? Where is he? I guess he just didn't make it to the Garden today because 1 point, you might as well not have played at all. So just such a crazy game. I didn't really write any notes during the game because I was like, listen, I'm going to enjoy this game. I'm going to be fully submerged in this game. I'm not going to make notes on everything that I did. If you followed me live tweeting, that's the gist of what I did. My phone almost died. I was literally at 50% at tip-off. So the basketball gods and the iPhone gods were on my side to let my phone live and not die throughout the game. So thank you, Lord. Time Lord, thank you, Time Lord, also for being willing to play today. I'm so glad you didn't have to play. Rest up because we're definitely going to need you on Tuesday. And speaking of Tuesday, right? Should I give my predictions? Should I talk about what I think this Heat team is going to look like for us or that matchup's going to look like for us? Let's see. Let me start here. If I recap the Celtics postseason run right now, didn't duck the Nets, took the Nets first round, beat KD and Kyrie, not just beat, excuse me, swept them out of the building in 4. Wild. No one saw that coming. And if you did, you're a genius, and I hope you bet big and made a lot of money on that because, honestly, you couldn't see. I honestly didn't see that coming. I thought that was going 7. I was like dead set. This is going 7. But the KD and Kyrie that we're used to seeing did not show up. Moving on. They're in Cancun with LeBron. I'm over it. On to this series. Now we're facing the Bucks. Giannis, defending champs, reigning and finals MVP. He was just a force to be dealt with. He put his team on his back, and honestly, the rest of his team failed him. There's not much more to say about that. We knocked down those giants, right? And now in my mind, we're going up against Jimmy Butler and Big Face Coffee. Because I don't think Tyler Hero is going to show up. I honestly don't even know who else the Heat have because I don't even pay attention to them. I get that they're the 1 seed. That's great. I don't care. They had a lot of chemistry issues where Jimmy Butler even fought the coach at one point. And then you see the chemistry issues again when Jimmy Butler openly is saying, you picked Tobias Harris over me, yelling about the Sixers, and then also saying openly, blatantly, that he wished he was still working with Embiid and on Embiid's team. And I would be very salty if I was Jimmy's teammate, because not only are you literally in the middle of a playoff run and you just made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, maybe Jimmy just pause and wait on having any of those comments until, like, you know, the season's over, maybe. But to literally in an elimination game, you say the words, yeah, I really wish I was still playing with Embiid, but, you know, I'm cool with the Heat. Like, basically just being like, yeah, whatever. Like, this is like my second option, or like second, I don't know. It was just like the weirdest moment for me. I was like, is anybody else like, what the fuck did he just say? It was very weird. So if that's his kind of mindset, then I don't really know how dedicated he is to this team. I'm sure for like personal reasons he wants to get a ring. But I'm not quite sure what their team chemistry is like if he's openly saying things like that with no regard to the repercussions or like what he's really saying. And people could be like, whatever. Like, he's just saying he respects Embiid and wishes he would be a teammate of his because he's so great. Like, yeah, okay, cool. I totally understand the logic and like the logistics of saying that, but not a good look to say that at that moment. Like, pick a time and place. That was not the time or place. So I'm like, out of all of the competition and all of the like big threats that we could have faced, we already got through them in my mind. Like, we already got through KD. We just got through Giannis. Jimmy Butler, out of all three of those, is probably the least of my concerns out of all three of those people that I just stated. So I'm not worried at all. It was pretty much the general consensus across Twitter sphere that whoever was winning this Bucks Celtics series was going to the NBA Finals. So I'm going to stay true to that. I honestly believe that this is the time to do it. I think this is our time. The competition against the Heat is not as bad as the Bucks in my mind. Again, I'm not like, I don't know everything. I don't like watch stats like a hawk. I don't pay attention to every single matchup and who did what and the percentages and the this and the that and the if he shoots left hand it's this. I don't do that. I'm not a nerd and a stat nerd. No, I watch the game with my eyes. I speak my opinions. Sometimes I have stats to back it up. Sometimes I have facts to back up what I'm saying. Most of the time I go off of my emotions, off of my passion, off of what I witness, what I see patterns of, whatever. So I'm not going to say like I'm a credited source. No, I'm not going to say any of that. All I'm going to say is Celtics in 6. And that's me being generous. I think the Celtics are on a tear right now. I think that this whole second half of the season has been beautiful. Barely any, mess ups or flaws or inconsistencies like there was at the first half of the season where like that was my catchphrase, like consistently inconsistent. Well, now they are consistent and maybe mess up and fall back on bad habits a little bit, but nothing detrimental. I'm very, very proud, impressed. It was a team effort. That was a very big thing to state. It was, yes, Tatum went off for a bunch of games, but it wasn't just Tatum alone. Everybody contributed. Everybody did their part. Playoff Al killed it. Grant killed it. Everybody had their moment and everybody contributed to both of the wins against the Nets and the Bucks. Now we're going to have to see that same team chemistry and that same team effort going into Miami. This one's a little bit harder just because we start on the road, so we don't have home court advantage. So that's why I say Celtics in 6, because we're not getting to set the tone at the Garden. We actually have to start in Miami. So I'm thinking they split in Miami. It'll be very it'll be very odd if Miami gets both in Miami, both wins in Miami. I don't think that's happening. I don't want to be too, arrogant or bold and say Celtics in 5. I do want to give it a chance, because this is the Eastern Conference Finals now. And I do respect Jimmy Butler, just not how he's been carrying himself these days. But I respect him as a player. So I'm going to say Celtics in 6. I am, starting a GoFundMe. No, I'm just kidding. Like I said, I've made it a point to be at every playoff home game that there has been, and I have been, and I've worked it out with my boss that I can, make it to the games. So I am going to be there on Saturday and on Monday. I feel like I have to be, not just like for my sanity, but like for the vibes. I know a lot of you watch my posts and really enjoy them, and I love that. Thank you for the constructive feedback. Thank you for the support. Thank you for watching me and thinking that what I post is cool or interesting. I really appreciate everyone. Honestly, this is a community. This is a Celtics family. Like these are the diehards. These are, the old faithful. This is Bleed Green. So, thank you so much for being on this ride with me this whole time. Also, please watch me on Celtics Corner. It's a YouTube channel. It's very awesome, very popular. The guys that I rock with are great. They think they're at 8.2 thousand. Is it 8.2K? I can't even, guys, it's like 1:30 in the morning, almost 2 a.m. I did not sleep last night, and the game was at 3:30. So I've just been up running on fumes, adrenaline, the vibes, the vibes. But anyways, what was I trying to say? Oh yeah, subscribe. It's free. Like, comment. That's all free. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. That's all free. Going to games are not free, so I will be working a lot, so I will try to join Celtics Corner for some sort of talk sesh, but I'm probably going to be doing these at like 2 a.m. after a shift or after a game or whatever, just to keep things interesting. So, yeah, I'm glad that I was encouraged to come on here and celebrate the victory. I'm so happy that this was a positive, happy, extend the season post. So, yeah. And I'm honestly not even going to edit out any of these mistakes. You know what I mean? This is authentic. This is me doing this live in one take. Bear with me with the mistakes and the whatever. Like I said, I'll give myself excuses all day. I am tired, and I am like bouncing off the walls because I'm so excited. Today was one of the best days of my life. Like, if you know me, you know that Celtics are my life, sports are my life, and they're my passion, and I won't apologize for that at all. So thank you guys again for everyone that's on the same page with me and shares the same energy as me. And like my boy Jalen, where is it? There it is. Jalen said, the energy, it's shifted, baby. So let's go. We're on to Miami. Beat the Heat. Game 1 is on Tuesday in Miami. All of the games are at 8:30, which is kind of interesting. I thought that was like a typo or like I don't even know. I just was like, oh, okay. Like, they're going to fix the times later. Like, I didn't think they were all going to be at 8:30, but they are, which is great. That means no more midday games. They got my memo. I said we weren't having it. I said to get rid of them, and they did. So luckily now all of the games are night games. Let's go. Let's get this dub. Celtics in 6. I will see you guys on the next video. This has been babyyyy, Boston Banner Bound. Let's go, Celtics. Look at how crazy my wall is getting. Okay.